It's BlackBerry Today, episode number 19. We hung out. Thanks to our sponsor, PlayOn. Make sure you click the link in the show notes to get a 30-day free trial, and also stick around to the end. There might be a few extras added on. Oh, here, we'll do this again, just like last time. Perfect. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back. It is BlackBerry Today, episode number 19, using Google.
Right.
Oh, you're taking a drink. Okay, I say you took a drink.
Sorry, yes, I had to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yes.
So we are live at episode number 19. We are back from a little hiatus, and this time we'll do something different. We're going to use Google+. It'll stream live, which means we'll set a time that you can come and watch the episode live with all the problems. Right.
Perfect. No editing. Love it.
Makes my job much easier later on. So we've been took a little break for a little bit, and I have no idea why. Call it travel, call it summer, call it BlackBerry was doing goofy things, whatever you want to talk about. It doesn't make a difference.
Cough, new job, cough.
Cough, new job. Real bills got paid.
Right.
So do you want to, let's do the news. Let's go ahead and get in there and do the news and do our stuff.
Okay, sure. I was making a little comment on Google+.
Don't.
Yeah, because now I can't find where my news is. Okay, yeah, news. Here we go. So you would think after a hiatus we would have lots and lots of news to share. We don't.
I'm waiting patiently.
I know you are. One piece of news that I don't think we covered, and I'm not even like, I'm sorry, I have a hair in my mouth. See, this is why we have editing. There's seriously a hair in my mouth. That's driving me nuts. I can't get it up. Okay. God, I hate you. Okay. So, where was I? I saw this bit of news. I don't know. I didn't see it anywhere else is what I'm trying to say. But basically, although they may not be releasing BlackBerry 10 as soon as they had hoped, I guess they did announce that they are going to be releasing an LTE playbook.
Yay. The new devices?
Mm-hmm.
The new devices. So there's leaked images on the web. We'll link them in the show notes.
Yes.
And BlackBerry 10 keeps getting pushed more and more. People are saying it's never going to happen.
Right.
And for those that have devices that have 7, and we've talked about this before, I don't remember what episode it was, what happened to 8 and 9. The new devices are supposed to be a little bit bigger, one with a keyboard, one without.
No, mostly no keyboard. There's only like one with a keyboard.
According to leaked images, there was one with each. I don't know how that works. They're leaked images. They may not even be real, but they look like BlackBerries. And they looked real, but it doesn't mean anything to us. But the point is, I don't think we're going to see 10 before mid-year next year. You want to lay odds? You want to take a bet?
No, I don't. So here's an interesting headline that I saw. And
that's my bet. It's a quarter. It's an American quarter.
Okay. So going along with what you were going to say, I just think it's interesting. BlackBerry's developers want BlackBerry 10 OS to surpass the number of apps launched on any first generation smartphone OS.
I'm confused. They want BlackBerry 10 to beat what?
Right. I think they basically, it's like I tell my son, he's the favorite son that I have because I only have one. So, you come up with a statistic you can beat. But they want BlackBerry 10 OS to surpass the number of apps launched on any first generation smartphone OS.
Not a chance in anything at this point.
Right.
Not going to happen. There's no possible way they'd get enough developers to jump in and build apps for us consumers on our device.
Right.
Okay. What else we got?
So I'm just saying, if they're holding out for that,
they're stuck.
It may be a while.
All right. What else do we have in news? Anything?
Okay. News, interesting, RIM to shut down Tungle.
This is something I wanted to talk about. I blogged about
Right.
it, but
I
go
know.
first. Go ahead and give them the news first.
No, I mean, the news is that, they bought Tungle a while ago and they've now shut it down basically to make their own BlackBerry 10 calendar app.
So Mark Ingris, who we love Mark, we've interviewed him numerous times. We could actually probably insert the YouTube video, but it's one of the episodes I did well over a year and something ago. Tungle is based in Toronto. They are a social calendaring app that sat on the web that allowed anyone to view the web page or widget and invite you to a meeting. So it used your free time and it would aggregate all your calendars, Outlook, Lotus Notes, it would the Google Calendar, iCal feed, anything you wanted, and it would hook to your devices, BlackBerry, iOS. It was great. You'd pick the primary. And then it would sync up and aggregate all your free time and make it public if you wanted, so that meaning for availability, and people could schedule a meeting with you without knowing your email or anything else. It was a great way to do it. BlackBerry bought them. BlackBerry supposedly had them working on it. Now they've just blogged and announced, and we'll put the link in the show notes. We're shutting you down because we want those guys to focus on building better calendaring, which is what I thought they were doing anyway, but better calendaring for RIM. And I thought that's what they were doing altogether. That's why they bought them. I thought it was because they wanted to take the Tungle ability and put it into the device.
Right.
No. So those guys are now shutting down Tungle entirely, which doesn't make sense because even Facebook left up friend feed, for gosh sakes, after they bought it. It's been in there for years. Why shut down Tungle? Does it make sense to shut down a consumer service where you get users? That's it. That's what I get from you as a shrug.
You're obviously angry. So
I'm not pleased with their decision. I said it that I called foul on RIM, that shutting down a public service that is already in existence. I'm not saying donate and put more development time in. I'm saying just leave it there. Let us keep using it. And guess what? Those are accounts you can leverage in terms of widgets.
Right.
So, all right. What else you got for us?
That's all I got.
That's all you got?
That's all I got.
All right. Well, you know what? We'll do our apps, then we'll do our sponsor, and then we'll do our tips.
Okay.
All right. So, do I usually go first on apps?
I know we usually ask each other every single time, and I don't know the answer.
Okay. Well, I've got an app, and this one's really cool. And I got lucky to do this one. I got invited to a beta, and now it's gold. It's production, so you can get it. Oh, get to cheat. So this one is called, and I'll keep it on myself, the camera for a minute. Mm-hmm. That way if you make noise. This one is called Get Taxi. So Get Taxi is a service. It's in about 5 cities now, and you can find it free. And what it lets you do, and I'm telling you when you click it, it's going to work, is it'll acquire your location, as long as your BlackBerry can find out where you are, but well, that's a different problem. You can see the map. Oh, wow. It knows exactly where I am this time. It actually worked. You can see a map of where you are, points of interest around you. From there, what you're able to do is actually order a taxi to come to your location to pick you up. Now, if you're in London or some of the other cities, you will actually see, and you can, well, here, let me go back to basic mode because it's much better for in basic mode. So basic mode, pretty straightforward. And I'll put a screenshot, but you can see it's a few fields, and if it'll focus, you'll see there's actually stuff on there. If I say more options, it brings up all sorts of options on the screen. You can order it now. You can schedule a time for the taxi. You can leave a note for the driver to know things about you. And then you can pull up addresses and tell the destination. So basically, you can pre-order a taxi, set the destination where you want to go, see it on a map visually, and order it now or order it later for a time. And as soon as you do it, it's going to order the taxi. So Get Taxi. Like I said, there's about 5 or 6 cities that they have. It'll keep track of trips you have scheduled as well as past. And then it has a profile that stores your credit cards, any promotion codes, and let me tell you the countries. Great Britain, Israel, and Russia. That's where it's working right now. I think that's where the developers are, honestly.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But Great Britain, Israel, and Russia, you have a prepaid balance, you have points, and it have a status. So you can have a rewards program of some sort that's built into it. Isn't that good to know?
That's good to know.
Okay. So that was my app. So it's called Get Taxi. You can find it in the App Store now. You can choose your location. One more thing. Select your pickup location. You can do it from a stored one that you're at a lot, like work or home. You can type it in, or you can select it on a map, which is very cool to me that I found out that you could actually do it on a map. So that's Get Taxi for our international viewers.
Cool.
And it's over to you, and it's your turn for your wonderful app.
You know what I realized is wrong with the Google Plus Hangout?
Hmm.
I have to look attentive because you can still see me even though I'm not the main screen on there. You can still see my face. Whereas when we edit it and you're talking, I can like take a nap or whatever. Anyway.
You still can, but they'll just know.
Right. They'll know. They'll all see me.
You're up.
So once before, I believe, I covered iSpeech Translator.
Yes.
Right. I said I went to Paris and it was great for my friend who has a gluten allergy because we didn't know how to ask for that. And it told us. Anyway, well, the same people who make iSpeech Translator actually make iSpeech Dictation.
Okay.
And I know we covered Vlingo once before.
Piece of crap.
Yeah, and after using Vlingo for a little bit, I wasn't too happy with it. First of all, it lacked in the translations, the dictation, sorry. And then also it didn't work if I had Bluetooth on.
Can I make a comment about Vlingo?
Sure.
So
it was like $45 too or something crazy. Okay.
Well, they gave it away for free to OS 7.
But if you didn't get it then, it was crazy expensive.
Correct.
Okay.
So on the Torch 2, sorry, Storm. Yes. On the Torch 2, it, after the last update, started not launching. It would never work. The convenience keys never worked. And I kept getting an alert that would pop up to let me know it was consuming too much memory or too much background processing, and it would force it to quit and actually log it and say, or do you want us to stop monitoring it? So I get this little activity monitor icon to let me know that Vlingo sucks so bad that it wouldn't even launch and was trying to consume resources, and the convenience key didn't work, and it wouldn't work inside of doing simple tasks anymore like it did for yours. So back to you. It blowed.
It blowed? Is blowed? I don't think blowed. It blew.
Well, no, I don't want to say it blew because that doesn't give the
it's so bad it's bad grammar even.
It blowed.
Okay, so not Vlingo would be iSpeech Translator. I mean Dictation. The translator one's good too, but I'm talking about iSpeech Dictation. So similar idea in that you hit your convenience key and then you start talking and it does this little thing. It says listening, and then it beeps at you when it's done. Oh, and you have to actually be in a text field because otherwise it doesn't know where it's dictating to.
Perfect.
Silly me. Let's try that again. And you say some really interesting things because I wonder how it'll come out. And you say some really interesting things because I wonder how it'll come out. Look at that. It actually took it down and did it right. So unlike Vlingo, which would have totally massacred that and it would have been horrible and awful, and it would have gotten like one of the words, it would have taken me longer to correct what they put down than it would be to have used it. So that's it. Nothing crazy, nothing fancy, but hey, it actually does what it says it's going to do.
How much?
Free.
Free.
I don't pay for apps. It's free.
All right. Is that it right there?
That's basically it. So, well, I think the problem, well, besides other issues with Vlingo also it said it did other things, right? So you could respond to text, you could listen to text, you could do all that kind of stuff. And it kind of sort of worked, but not really. It was sort of more annoying than anything else. But so this doesn't do that, right? It's just dictation. They have another app, which I think you might have covered once before. Drive Safely. Did you do that?
Yeah, I talked about that lovely piece of work. Yes.
Yeah, so they do have that one, which apparently doesn't work so great. But the speech dictation and this iSpeech translator, which I covered before, from the same company, actually I think work quite well.
Yeah, Drive Safely was more like after you throw it on the floor and then it rings or you need it, you're not driving safely because it makes you so mad as it was trying to deal with your messages.
Perfect.
So let's do the ad. Let's do our sponsor, and you know what? We'll tell everybody about some numbers and thank them after that. That's the T right there. So quick sponsor, and this is something both of us use actually, and this is PlayOn. This is a very cool little product. So PlayOn, want to welcome them. So we'll have the link in the show notes for you. Take you right to it, give you 30 days of free 30 days free of PlayOn. What it allows you to do is on your iPad, your iPhone, your Android, your Wii, your Xbox, your PlayStation 3, it'll allow you to, as long as you're running this on a machine somewhere, Windows, it'll actually connect up. It has tons of channels and grab streamable content from all these different services and bring them right to those devices. So without you having all these different clients loaded or different connectivities, and the cool part is the channels, is that you can actually add on free channels of content that's on the web, like TNT, the TV channel in the US. It's a cable channel, but they'll put full episodes online. Well, the only way to watch it is if you're on a laptop or something else where you can stream it, because an iPad doesn't have Flash. But where you can stream it, PlayOn proxies that for you and allows your device to connect to it and proxies it. So you could tell them a little bit about how you've been using PlayOn. That's probably the best.
Right. Well, so you said several of the devices that you mentioned that PlayOn works on also have like an app for Hulu, right? That you can do Hulu straight onto the Wii. So you think, well, why do I want PlayOn? What I discovered, because I don't have cable, so Hulu and all of those are very important to me, is that, like you said, so some of the shows within Hulu are quote unquote web only.
Oh.
So you can only watch them on your laptop or computer. Enter PlayOn. Now I put PlayOn on my Wii or all of my other devices, and I can watch all of the shows on Hulu, including the web only ones.
That's
on my
hot.
TV. It's awesome.
That's hot.
Super awesome.
Super awesome. So what we got for you is 30 days free with PlayOn through the link that we have for you in the show notes. It'll probably be a bit.ly link /BB PlayOn, all lowercase. And you'll have the ability then to go ahead and get 30 days free, load it up, try it out. If you like it, they've got awesome plans that they do all the time and specials. So don't just jump in. We'll give you a hint. Look around at their specials. They'll do 6 months for like $20, or lifetime is, how much was lifetime?
I don't remember. I think because I got a different deal than you got, actually. But just like you're saying, they've always got something on. Didn't I get like a free Roku or something for an X amount of...
Right. When you bought your lifetime, you got a free Roku, which we love Roku. Maybe we'll get them as a sponsor one time. So Roku, but you can also buy either a lifetime license. There's no monthly fee. So the license you buy is actually for X months or for life. The lifetime plan is like $59 or $79 for life, and includes upgrades and maintenance. And you can add, people on the web are adding custom channels all the time.
Yep. It's great.
Yep.
I love it.
Yep. So PlayOn, we want to thank them, and we'll put the link in the show notes, but I bet you it's going to be bit.ly /BB PlayOn. Numbers. So we crunched numbers the other day, and even though we took our break, we wanted to go back and visit the amount of people that watch us. So between YouTube and Vimeo and SD and HD, mainly the playbook, people that subscribe, people that stream on YouTube, also people that stream on Mevio, anywhere you can get it. In 18 episodes, we broke 500,000.
Wow.
That's 500,000 plus. So in honor of that, we decided, let's test something new. Let's try to stream our shows. We'll set a calendar up for everybody. You can watch live, catch all the unedited junk, or wait for the download. Whatever you want to do.
Wait for the download.
So before
but you're not editing it, so it doesn't matter.
I'll edit some of it later on. So before we get to our tips, let's give them how to contact us. You can always email us at bbtoday@spikestudio.com. You can go ahead and tweet us at bberrytoday, which we still can't get the lady to answer that hasn't tweeted in 4 years. So bberrytoday, you can call us at 443-BB-TODAY. You can call me, leave a voicemail. You can make a video and send us the link. We would love that. If you have a tip or if you have a question, well, we get a lot of those. We get them via tweets. You can also, if we have any viewer stuff you want to cover this week too while we're sitting here. Also, you can find us on Google Plus on the Spike Studio page, or for gosh sakes, get to Facebook /Spike Studio, like the page, catch up with episodes, the entire channel and network. It's not just BlackBerry. Keep that in mind. We do a little bit of everything.
And if we do this live again, we will tweet and post to Facebook and all those things when we're going to do it?
Yes, we will. We'll put it on Google Plus. We'll tweet it. We'll Facebook it. We'll do everything except call you.
So people could watch live and ask questions, maybe?
We could put people in the Hangout. Actually, you're correct. We could put people in the Hangout and allow them to do live questions about consumer stuff on the air, or tips, or give their own tips too.
Cool.
So we actually have a couple of viewers right now. Scary, isn't it?
A little bit, yeah. Actually, yes.
All right, so let's go ahead and do the tips. You want to go first?
Sure, I'll go first. So my tip is an interesting one to me. Obviously, I wouldn't say it, but the discussion has arisen, right, between a lot of people with the new iPhone 5 and the Samsung Galaxy 3 and or S3, sorry, and what phone should I get and blah blah blah. And an interesting thing that I never realized that iPhone does not have
Mm-hmm.
profiles.
Well, what kind of profiles? You should tell everybody.
This kind.
Ringer profiles.
Ringer profiles. So the ones that mean, I can just quickly sit down at the movie theater and put it on the silent profile, and it means nothing rings, nothing vibrates, nothing beeps, nothing boops, nothing. Or when I'm out and about or I'm in the club, I can put it on loud because I go to clubs a lot. I can put it on loud so I can hear the phone ring. I can hear messages come in. And then my favorite is that I can do a custom one. Right, so I can set it so emails don't give me any notification other than visual. Text messages make a sound and vibrate, whatever. Phone ringing for certain people is a certain ringtone, etc. I can do all of that in my profiles, and then I just quickly and easily can switch between them. And I didn't realize iPhone doesn't have that.
And toss BBuzz into that. You have custom visual indicators as well.
You mean the app that then broke my phone when I upgraded my phone?
What would we change it to? What's the one we change it to? Something.
I don't remember. I actually don't. I don't use it. I don't use any of them. I leave. It's just I'm plain old red flashing notification now.
Okay, so we had one. Oh, the LED plus or whatever. So you could actually then add another layer where you're adding multiple visual indicators as well as into the profiles.
Right. So my tip is to use your profiles. If you aren't using your profiles, or you haven't customized them, to try and customize them, because it's actually, I think, really useful.
Actually, I do. I said different certain sounds, so I'll bring up mine. So yeah, I've got the same thing as you, and you can change sounds and alerts. So I've got all these different profiles built.
Right. So like you can have your text messages have a different tone than say your WhatsApp messages.
Now this is different than the iPhone. So they have turn it off. But what's cool about BlackBerry is in the profile for silent, I can actually have certain notifications that still go off because I have a top one that's called all alerts off. It turns off every notification, but you do have a silent mode and one called phone calls only that turns off texts and BBMs and others.
Yep.
But it's high. Yeah, that's
and those are all the default. So you can just pick from one of those, but you can also customize. I like to customize.
That's hot. I should point that out. That's hot. Okay.
So
is it my turn?
It's your turn.
I love that one. All right. So mine's pretty straightforward. Mine's actually pretty cool. So BBM. We love BBM.
BBM. We do love our BBM, yes.
We're not going to talk about WhatsApp. We're going to talk about BBM. So BBM, something I knew. This is a quick tip for you. When you're inside a BBM conversation and mainly on
wait. Sorry. Can I interrupt you? I already interrupted you just because I'll forget. But WhatsApp. I read an interesting thing. I don't know, you didn't think it was as interesting as I did, but I read an interesting article that said WhatsApp is hackable or eavesdroppable on iPhone, Android, and not on BlackBerry, because BlackBerry uses their own networks, so they're not hackable on WhatsApp. But you could Google it, you could look it up. You have to have physical hands on the device, but an iPhone or a Droid, you could listen in on somebody's WhatsApp conversation. Okay, sorry, resume. Go.
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty cool. So to finish mine, I'll go back. BBM.
BBM.
In BlackBerry Messenger, you're inside a conversation. And you have multiple, and I put mine into my inbox. So I have mail intermingled with BlackBerry messages in my inbox. Don't worry about the co-host over there. She doesn't believe in such things. So I have it inside there.
I actually do.
What's cool about it is when I'm in one conversation, and you're in a conversation, doesn't worry about it. This is you. If you just swipe, it'll go from BBM conversation to BBM conversation.
What?
And using the little scroller thing, the little scroller wheel thingy too. Yes, you can switch between conversations just by swiping the screen back and forth. You can jump between all your BBM conversations.
Dude, that works in your inbox. It goes to the next email.
This only goes between BBM conversations.
No, I just tried it and it didn't.
I'm scrolling through right now, and it's
I'm
all going.
scrolling and it's going through my email.
Well, let me go to my email. Are you in an email?
Oh no, I see what happened. I don't have any other conversations open right now. I cleared them all. So it's not too. Look, I'm trying out your tip, okay? But I didn't know in your inbox you could do that. If you're in an email and you swipe, it goes to the next email. Not that I ever do that because I have all of my emails as read, not unread like some people.
But you'd still need to swipe through them. Yes, it's always been that way. You can always scroll through your emails. That's been there, but I didn't know I could just go
Not
through.
swipe because I couldn't swipe before, Mr. We didn't have a torch. We didn't have touchable screens.
I did because I had a storm.
Right. The rest of us didn't. All right, sorry, carry on.
Okay, so my tip was that I can scroll between BBM conversations without ever leaving that area. And you can just swipe through them, which is really cool that you can just change through real quick and swipe through without having to go out or switch screens or trying to find whatever. You just swipe, 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 swipe. So on the new devices, awesomeness. We don't know what's going to happen in BB10, but there you go.
There you go.
All right, so what else do we have to tell them? Anything else? This was episode number 19. Okay, she has nothing else to add. Thank you for your help. I appreciate it.
I was looking at the time and laughing at how we said we'd stick to 15 minutes.
How long did we go? I didn't pay attention.
Aren't we at like 30 minutes?
Whatever. Let's end it now. All right, everybody. BlackBerry Day, episode 19. Don't forget our sponsor. Don't forget our awesome tips. Don't forget our awesome applications. If you have questions, we told you how to reach us. Otherwise, we will see you all shortly, and we'll see how Google Plus turns out and what your feedback is. And if you like it, then we'll broadcast when we're going to be on air and do it all. So I don't know how we both say goodbye because we used to be able to do this, but you have to do it.
Say bye. Still say bye.
Yeah, but then it switches back and forth.
They can still see us both on the bottom.
All right, we're out of here, everybody. BlackBerry Day, episode 19. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
And it's live. Let's see if it does it on the web. So if you're seeing this live, we're peeking in the corner.
Oh, look at that. It's you.
Where?
I can see us now, too.
Oh, okay. I don't see where it puts it live on the YouTube page, though. It says it does, but I don't know where it shows up.
I don't know if that's really disturbing to watch because there's like a delay. So it's like talking to myself with myself.
All right, well, let's record it and let's do it.
Okay.